Hello, and welcome to the Empowerography Podcast. This is a platform created for women's voices to be heard and a place to share their stories, journeys, and successes with the world for the purpose of helping other women who might be on similar journeys. We are empowering women one episode at a time. I'm your host, Brad Walsh, so kick back, grab one of your favorite beverages, and enjoy the stories. If you're looking for jewelry that makes an impact on your self-care routine and your style, Empowerography would love to offer you a discount code to one of our exclusive partners, Quartz & Canary Jewelry and Wellness Company. Please use code EMPOWER15 to receive 15% off upon checkout at www.quartzandcanary.com. Quartz & Canary is truly the place where spirituality meets style. Hello there, Brad Walsh here, your host of the Empowerography Podcast. Today, my guest is Antonia Amede. She is the owner and founder of Gloss Haven, based right here in Toronto. How are you doing today, Antonia?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing very well. The sun is shining today. It's supposed to be a nice warm day, so that's a plus.
It is.
I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and share a bit about your story and your journey with us. I appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate you being here as part of the Empowerography community.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this for a while, so I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, let's jump right in. So, Antonia, as I mentioned, you're the owner and founder of Gloss Haven. You're also an advocate for inspiring and helping young women to believe in themselves, and last but certainly not least, you're a mother. Can you tell us when you started Gloss Haven?
Yeah, so Gloss Haven officially launched on February 1st, 2021.
Okay, wow, brand
new. Brand new.
Awesome. What was the inspiration behind starting Gloss Haven, and what is Gloss Haven all about? Can you tell us a bit about the company?
So I would definitely say it all goes back to really the beginning of the pandemic, back in March of 2020, where the kids, they didn't return back to school. And so I started looking for creative things to do with the kids at home and ways to keep them busy. So at first, I came across soap making and learning about that. And I thought, well, this is different. This is new. And I'm like, I don't really know much people who make soap, personally. And I'm like, I think this is me, because there was two ways of doing it. There's like a longer process with like more chemicals, not so safe for kids, but there was also another easier way of doing it, which is called the melt and pour method. So I literally started doing that with them.
Okay.
And through that, I was able to also come across making lip balm.
Okay.
And I started doing lip balms, and at that time, my church wasn't closed yet, so we were still going, and I had made a little packages for some close friends and family, and they really gave me some good feedback, but honestly, I wasn't thinking of it in a business direction. Like, that wasn't where my head was at.
Right.
But eventually, I would say moving more now towards like October, ending of October, going into November, a friend had asked me, hey, my lip balm is running low and I'm going to need some more lip balm. So I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. I can do that. Still not thinking anywhere, business-wise. And then I remember going on YouTube because I wanted to do something a little bit more creative with the lip balm.
Yeah.
And I remember on YouTube coming across a YouTuber who has her own lip gloss company. She was based in the States, though. But I was just listening to her, and I was like, wow, you can actually make your own lip gloss? That's really interesting. So, I'm a big lip gloss person. I love lip gloss. I love lip products. So I was like, oh, that's something to definitely consider. So that's how I started, moving towards that direction.
Okay.
And even then when I saw that, I wasn't even thinking lip gloss. I was thinking actually soaps, body butters, that sort of stuff. I still wasn't thinking lip gloss, but yeah, that's pretty much how that all started. Yeah. And then what is Glass Haven about? For me, I would say Glass Haven is all about positivity. It's all about uplifting others, making others feel good, putting a smile on faces, especially in today's times with COVID and all the changes that we've been through. When I came up with Glass Haven, my idea behind it was really to make it an experience where my potential customers would feel good or confident about themselves, feel good and confident about what they're purchasing, and also to be encouraged. And by that, what I mean is like encouraged as a customer to want to purchase again, or at least encourage others to purchase, and also encouraged to start their own business ventures if that was something that they wanted to do. Because I remember just being so scared to start a business, like so scared that any potential ideas that I'd have, I would seriously just brush them off,
Right.
So especially on my social media accounts, encouraging others to, start their own journey business-wise, to not be so hard on themselves, to not give up on their dreams. It's just as important to me as getting my products out there,
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think you have to first give to receive. And a lot of times people think that concept has to do strictly with money. But I mean, like if you can, why not, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I also mean like giving of your time, sharing your knowledge or your skills to help someone else out,
Absolutely. I love the message of positivity. And like you said, especially in times that we're going through right now, positivity is needed now more than ever. So I love the message behind the company and giving back and helping to inspire others. I think that's amazing. Now, why did you decide to focus your energy and business on women's products, specifically lip gloss? Like, why lip gloss?
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said before, anyone who knows me knows, like, I never go anywhere without my lip gloss. Like, that's a must-have. So when I saw that it was possible to create your own lip gloss, like, I definitely had to give it a go. Like, for me personally, I remember when the pandemic just hit and it was just so depressing having like nowhere to go. And one day I said, I'm just going to do my makeup and put something nice on. And like that alone just lifted my spirits, and that thought came back to me when starting my business. Like, yeah, ladies, we may not necessarily have anywhere to go, but sometimes you just need to do it for yourself and for your well-being, get dressed up, put on that lip gloss or lipstick, take some dope pics,
I love it.
Yeah, like I'm a firm believer that self-care is honestly a big part of why I'm still singing.
Yeah, especially during all this, for sure.
Yeah. So, but however, when I was creating Glass Haven and coming up with and, brainstorming products I wanted to sell, I honestly didn't only have women in mind. I love my lips. I love lips in general. It just carries out your smile. And who doesn't like a pleasant smile? And I know we all have to wear our masks now, but that's even more reason to care for your lips. And with that being said, women aren't the only ones with lips, right, Brad?
True, very true.
Men have lips as well. So even under the mask that we wear, men also need to care for their lips. We all do. So self-care really isn't just a woman's thing. Self-care for men as well. So.
Absolutely. Okay. But, so why is helping to inspire young women such an important cause or mission for you? Did this part of your journey begin with your own personal struggles dealing with that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I would say helping to inspire young women. It's important because I know what it feels like to be to feel uninspired, or to feel like you're not good enough or you're less than, to feel insecure. And yes, definitely wanting to help inspire others, especially young women, did begin with my own personal struggles. I would definitely say, when you're younger, all that stuff that you go through, you carry it with you into your older years, right? And it's like, if I can have any part in in helping change, negative mindset to like a positive one, or like just being able to encourage through my own story. Like, I'm all for that.
I love your positivity and the mission you're on to spread positivity and help inspire others. I think it's amazing. We need more of that in the world. Like I said before, especially now more than ever. Thank you. Can you talk to us a bit about your personal journey and your struggles?
Yeah, so my struggles were mainly like insecurities. And so my insecurities, they really started after leaving elementary school. So as early as starting middle school. And, many of my only lasting memories of my 2 years of middle school was being bullied.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm talking name calling, taking my lunch money, even being shot with a BB gun. Actually, like in the school, it's crazy, and like I was just targeted, completely unprovoked. I have no idea why, but yeah, I remember days where I would just sit in the girls' washroom stall and eat my lunch, just because
that's horrible.
It was really bad, and this experience, it really made me second guess myself and my abilities and even my worth. I was starting to think that something was seriously wrong with me. And I remember as we approached the end of my last year of middle school, I finally faced my bully, well, at least one of them. And I built up the courage to ask why. Like, I just wanted to know, why did I have to go through this for like 2 years? Like, why?
Yeah.
And I remember their response like it was yesterday, Brad. Like, they turned to me and said, well, you never did, or you said anything. Like, you never did. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that honestly changed my life, because I planned from that day forward that as long as I could help it, I would never let that happen to me again. But unfortunately, the damage had already been done.
Yeah.
And I never dealt with another bully after that, but I was dealing with myself.
Yeah.
So negative self-talk, feeling unworthy, feeling like I wasn't beautiful enough. The truth is, I was struggling with low self-esteem for years. And I can say that it really affected the decisions I made.
For sure.
Most definitely. Yeah, I was going to just add to that, like, because I lacked confidence in myself, I needed people to, validate certain things in me. And I especially loved hearing it from guys, honestly. And I, why I think that is? I think it's because guys were the ones who bullied me.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So it was like, overall, it did affect me on a holistic level, I would definitely say. Yeah.
That's horrible. I mean, any kid who has to endure that. I mean, I went through bullying as a kid as well. I think a lot of kids have to, I know a lot of kids have to go through and deal with it. And it's horrible because it does, the effects that it has and how they carry through, as you mentioned, through the different stages of your lives with you into your adult years, and how it affects decisions you make and how you feel about yourself. It's absolutely horrible. And these kids that are doing this, obviously they don't have the forethought to think of what kind of damage this will do to people in their later years. Go ahead.
It's true. What I've learned is that hurt people, right?
Yes.
So, it's unfortunate, but
it's heartbreaking.
It is.
How have these experiences helped shape the Antonia you are today, do you think?
I would say that, because of what I've gone through, I can definitely relate with others going through similar experiences. And it's definitely helped helped shape my ability to be more, I would say, empathetic, more compassionate, even more open-minded, because, there are times where we see people who just lash out or just come off not in the nicest way. And I remember I used to be so on edge at times, like back then, and I still can be. I'm definitely a work in progress. It just makes me think to myself, like, Antonia, you really don't know what this person is dealing with on the other side of things. And instead of showing hostility back, I now have more reason to show kindness or just not give that same energy back. Yeah, I'm not going to lie though. Sometimes it can catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Right. And to think that way might not always be my first response, to be honest. But that just brings me to my next point. Because of what I've been through, I'm more self-aware. And if I come to the realization that I've dealt with you wrong, or which 9 times out of 10 I do, you can expect me to come back and say that I was wrong for what I did or how I reacted, you know, and that I apologize sincerely. So I would definitely say that's how it's helped shape the Antonia I'm today.
Well, as you said, you're a work in progress. And I mean, self-work is lifelong. Self-work is life work. It doesn't end, right? You're continuously working on it. We are continuously working on ourselves. So, I mean, as long as we keep doing that work and working on ourselves, then that's all we can do, right? And just be kind to others.
It is, yep.
What would you say is the most exciting part of your business? What lights you up the most about it?
I think for me, I'd have to say the most exciting part of my business is, you know, knowing that it's a one-woman show. Like, you know, so far I am the creator, I am the marketing team, the photographer, the web designer, etc. You know?
Yeah.
And that honestly really lights me up. Like, to know that I'm running the show my way, it's especially exciting to me though, because I know how my mindset was before, like of starting a business or running a business. I know that I was so against it for me personally. Yeah. And so to know that I'm doing this and this is the progress I've made, it really does excite me. But if I had to choose one thing, I would definitely say packaging. I love to package orders. Oh,
all right.
It's like I put so much into it, and yeah, like that's definitely another thing that really excites me.
Okay. What is your 3 to 5 year plan for the business? Like, where do you see the Glosshaven going? Where do you want to take it?
So I'll answer that question with what I had in mind for, you know, a pandemic-free world.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So, like, well, in the next 3 to 5 years, you know, I would have wanted to have my own little shop or boutique, a place where people can, you know, come and get the full experience. But overall, I would like to build a business that will one day, you know, be listed amongst the top beauty brands in Canada and the United States. I would like to add more products, which actually I have already started. Like I just recently launched I recently launched my line of lashes as well. And I also have plans to rebrand just because I think I'll be more of a boutique. Just, for example, instead of being called Glosshaven, I may change my name to Glosshaven Boutique.
Okay.
And so expanding would also mean, you know, hiring a dedicated team of people to help with production, marketing, sales, etc. But another passion of mine is also helping others and inspiring others, especially those who have a mindset like I had when it came to running a business. So like wanting to run a business, but being scared to move forward, or wanting to run a business, but not knowing how to go about certain things. So I would like to eventually have workshops or conferences, either via Zoom or in person, however things are for that time, just helping other upcoming entrepreneurs, especially younger ones, or even writing like an ebook, for example, how to start, how to market, maybe a list of different vendors, different hacks, different website platforms, etc. And, you know, just sharing my personal story on how I started or any adversities I overcame, and have guest speakers, all of that fun stuff.
Love it. So, big goals and big ideas. That's amazing.
Yes.
Dream big. You have to.
Right. It's what you can do.
That's right. Where does your inspiration come from when you're creating new products for Glosshaven?
I would say my inspiration comes from a few outlets. Definitely what's trending. I tend to refer back to what is trending, and then I think of ways to add my own little personal touches to it.
Okay.
But another way I get inspiration is from my customers. At Glass Haven, we're always looking for ways to improve and satisfy our customers. And a lot of them actually give us great feedback and suggestions, which we are more than open to. And this actually gives me great inspiration. For example, I have a popular lip balm on my website called Cocoa Mint, and it is basically a combination of organic cocoa powder from my parents' homeland, Grenada. And I just add the perfect amount of peppermint essential oil, but we currently only have it available in the lip balm tins. However, more than one customer contacted me and asked if I could make that same lip balm in the chapstick form. And I'm pleased to say that we are currently working on that.
Awesome.
So yeah, I pull inspiration from more than one place, definitely.
Okay. How did you come up with the name for your business?
So I originally had the business name Natural Haven in mind for a whole different line. Like I said, I wanted to do like soaps and body butters and those sorts of things. But like for me, like, okay, so a haven is a place of safety or a place of refuge. And that's basically what I wanted Glass Haven to be for my customers. I wanted it to be a place or a space where you feel safe, where you feel relaxed, informed, where you feel inspired. So that's pretty much where the name came from.
Okay. What do you think your unique skill set or superpower is that's helped you become successful, Antonia?
That's a good question. You know what? I think I would say taking action because in life, one of my mottos are, don't put off until tomorrow what can be done today. And I do feel like because I am an action-oriented person, I love to do the most that I can, with what I have. And I feel like that's even why I started when I started or launched when I launched. Because I remember having a conversation with a close friend who's also a financial advisor. And they were just like, Antonia, like, why don't you just start March 1st? Because I know you still have some. I'm like, no, I have to. I have a lot of great ideas for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is in February. I can't start in March. Like, I really took that action to really get me to where I am today. Okay. So I would definitely say that. Yeah.
All right. To date, what would you say is your biggest high or your greatest win?
I would say my biggest win to date would be raising my 3 daughters. As much as I teach them, they teach me a lot as well. And I really do feel truly honored to raise them. They really keep me on my toes.
Yeah, kids definitely do that. And we do. We have a lot to learn. We can learn a lot from kids for sure.
Oh, yeah. And like they really push you to, just, be better people.
Right? Oh, yes. That's for sure. Antonia, what makes you feel inspired or like your best self?
Well, for me, I really like to research. I get a lot of joy in researching and coming up with new ideas. I also like to Google inspirational quotes, a lot of which I do share on my business page on Instagram. But it's nice because, I can put in like inspirational quotes for young mothers, for example, and I can put quotes that, will relate specifically to what I may be going through at the time.
Yeah.
But I also look at YouTube. I like to look at YouTube videos of other mompreneurs, not just in the lip gloss business, but any business really. I would say I enjoy writing. Writing makes me feel really good. But one thing I really do regularly is meditate, and I also pray. Okay. Prayer gets me through tough times, and, meditation definitely helps to clear my mind of negativity. So, yeah, those are really the ways.
Excellent. How would you define the word success? What does that word mean to you?
Well, I personally don't think that success always has to be something huge. Like I'll explain what I mean by that. So I know the dictionary, I believe, defines success as like attaining wealth or prosperity. And I know usually when we think wealth or prosperity, we think money.
Yeah.
Money is definitely great. We need money for sure.
Yeah.
But I also like to look at success as more than that. Like the fact that I was able to start and launch my business, like that was a success for me. Whereas, someone else might say, okay, I've started and I've launched, but I will consider it successful maybe once I start making money or when I make X amount,
Right.
So I personally think that we should, count our blessings every day and not take things for granted. Even just being able to make it through another day can be a success for some people, So in essence, I definitely say I would define success as any goal achieved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Just not discrediting the little successes.
Yes. Well, that's it. We have to celebrate the little wins as we get through life. You have to celebrate all of it, all the wins. They're all important, no matter how small or big they are.
Exactly.
Because it's all part of your journey.
For sure.
What is one of the best pieces of advice you've ever received?
For me, I think I would have to say the best advice that I've ever received was put God first. Like that's gotten me through so much in life. And even with this business, just putting God first, I've proven that it has worked for me. And that's something that I really hold on to. So yeah, I would say that was the best advice.
What would you say is one of the most important things you've learned in your life? And what was your life like before learning it? And what was your life like after learning it?
Ooh. That's a good one. I think the most important thing that I've learned is you can't please everyone. Before learning that, I was always trying to do good by someone else and, leaving myself out. I felt like it was the only way to be accepted. And, that is far from the truth. There's nothing better than, being yourself. There's nothing healthier than setting boundaries. And I've lived a much more fulfilled and stress-free life just because I've come to that realization.
Okay. That makes sense. Who have been the 3 most influential people in your life?
Ooh, Brad, you're putting me on the spot with this question. But, I let me just first say I do have many influential people in my life, but I guess my top 3 would have to be my mother, number 1. She teaches me, what hard work and dedication looks like. And then I'd have to say my dad, he really teaches me what it means, to not let what you can't control define your happiness and your outlook on life.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one.
Yeah, and he really taught me that. My dad is visually impaired, and, I've never heard him ever complain about that at all. Like, he still goes through things, but it's so inspiring in itself, so, definitely my dad.
Yeah.
And, my tight circle of friends who always encourage me, who always tell me as it is, and they're just positive people altogether, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you like to be remembered, Antonia?
I would like to be remembered as someone who always put their best foot forward, someone who always went hard for her family, who was able to, put a smile on your face, especially when you needed it the most. Yeah.
Okay.
A woman of faith.
Yeah. Okay. What do you feel most grateful for in your life?
To be honest, I feel most grateful for a strong mind and, the ability to keep going. There's been so many times where I felt defeated, but I'm just so grateful to God that the fact that, I'm still standing here and I keep striving to move forward with each day. So, yeah.
What does the word empowerment mean to you?
That's a good question. Because, a lot of times we hear this word and I had to, even just hearing it now, I'm like, what does empowerment really mean? But, to me, I think empowerment, it starts with knowing your self-worth, knowing that, your life has value and meaning, knowing that you have what it takes to be great. And then like everything you do will portray that mindset. And then it's like, to me, it's having the ability to determine your own choices and influencing, you know, social change for yourself and for others. And that's what really comes to mind when I think empowerment.
I love it. That's a great definition. What's your personal motto?
Okay, so this motto I've lived by for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Is I never lose. I either win or I learn. That is as simple as that. It to me has so much power, because a lot of times, you know, you think, oh my gosh, I failed. But it's all about what you can take from those moments and how you can, you know, do better or improve, you know, and just learn from it.
It's all about perspective.
Right.
Okay, we're going to do a little rapid fire section here. So the next few questions are going to be 1, 2, 3 word answers, okay?
Okay.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Honest.
Money or fame?
Definitely money.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
If you were writing your autobiography, what would the title be?
Why not me?
If you came with a warning label, what would yours say?
Mouth sometimes moves quicker than brain.
I love that one. That's great. If you had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what song would that be?
Skyscraper, Demi Lovato.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would you change?
People's negative mindset.
What's one thing you want but cannot buy with money?
Self-satisfaction.
Entrepreneur life is?
Rewarding, despite its challenges.
If I had an extra hour a day, I would?
Enjoy 1 hour of uninterrupted time.
Yeah, I don't think you'll enjoy an hour of interrupted time.
I know.
Mom life is?
Knowing joy, even while experiencing the hardest trials in life.
My favorite way to unwind is?
Having a nice long bath.
What's the first thing you think when I say the word future?
A better me.
If you could teach the world one thing, what would it be?
To be kind.
And that concludes our rapid fire section. Antonia, if you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
I would have told my younger self to be wiser with money, and I would have definitely educated myself on the importance of having good credit.
Okay. Lastly, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like?
Life is short. Love one another. Be kind to one another. Learn to forgive. Only then will you really find true freedom.
Awesome. Antonia, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and share a bit about your story and your journey. And it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And I wish you all the luck with your business going forward. I'm sure you will do very well. And I just want to let you know, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being part of the Empowerography community. You are such a great supporter of the community, and that I truly, truly appreciate. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Once again, my name is Brad Walsh, host of your Empowerography podcast. Today, my guest has been Antonia Amede. She is the owner and founder of Gloss Haven, based right here in Toronto. Thank you so much, Antonia. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends. You can find me at viseuphoria.ca and follow me on Instagram at Empowerography Podcast and on Facebook at Empowerography. Please join me next time for another inspirational story from yet another amazing woman.